Hey guys, what's up? We just got done at the Rick Weiland rally. Susan Wismer and Susie Blake were over there. And Mr. Pearson, who's running for the treasurer for the Democrat Party. It was a pretty good rally. Had a lot of fun, good music. And I convinced Chad Haber to come hang out and see what was going on down there. And I'm now here at the Federal Burger Prison. I will leave the name out of it. You can figure it out more than likely just by the noises in the room. But this is his stance on marijuana issues in South Dakota. Say hi, Chad.
Hi. So, like you, I think Marty Jackley is a douchebag.
Well, if you got Pfizer in your campaign funds, you know, it kind of dictates how you run things.
It does. It dictates every decision you make. So, douchebag, he has this stance where when a kid gets busted with drugs, whether it's marijuana or something harsher, he comes at you and he comes at you with the full book. You're going to prison for the maximum sentence unless you cop a deal. And so no matter what you do, you're guilty. There is no... He's crazy with his win-loss record. Our state has one of the highest rates of juveniles incarceration in the world. Not just in the United States, but in the world. If you go look at Stalin versus South Dakota, Stalin had a smaller percentage of his population in prison than Marty Jackley does in South Dakota right now.
That's sad.
It's true. I had this fun meme, and Ryan said it was too aggressive, or it was Stalin writing a thank you note to Marty saying, keep up the good work. He's a douchebag. He's a really bad man. He's a terrorist. He's not a Republican. He doesn't believe in anything Republicans believe in. So, stop him. Don't vote for him. Stand against child rape. He's pro-child rape. Otherwise, he wouldn't have prosecuted Shirley Schwab and tried to put her in jail for 40 years for standing up for girls.
Well, you were talking about the juvenile incarceration in South Dakota. A name comes to mind, Brady Fulkins.
Brady Fulkins. Brady Fulkins was never arrested. He had a single mom, and he had a hard time making it to school on time. They told his mom that she would get in trouble unless she got state help. And they sent him to Star Academy, 300 miles away from where his mom lived. And he died. Clear neglect case. And then they stuck her with $250,000 in medical bills.
And they didn't even apologize.
No apology, no explanation. And that's directly flows to Marty.
Brady?
Not even a realistic investigation of whose fault it was, who neglected, who didn't pay attention, who didn't take him to the doctor.
Brady is definitely a casualty of cannabis prohibition in South Dakota.
Yes, absolutely.
It is a real thing, death, and no parent should have to bury their child, especially due to state neglect.
So deprioritize.
Deprioritize. Define that.
Not a top deal anymore. Not something that our police officers are rewarded for putting kids in jail for. Not a win-loss record. Don't let them count it as a win-loss on pot.
So is deprioritize mean decriminalization?
No, that's a different deal. Decriminalization takes legislation.
Okay.
We don't have that authority. As Attorney General, we have the authority to deprioritize, where, you know, you don't target kids that are obviously pot smokers. You can point them out walking down the street, and so can I.
Yep.
So you don't prioritize them. You don't profile them.
Yes, profiling is definitely a problem in South Dakota, and that's why people are so fearful to speak out on this issue. They're afraid to be labeled a pothead.
Absolutely.
And you've never smoked.
Oh, I can't say that. I think it's twice.
Twice? So
twice in my life.
You have first-hand experience, and you know
I think I've probably seen it 3 times. I've been smoked it twice.
All right.
I was like 16, 18, you know, and so now...
You're a father.
Now, well, no. So if you're 16 today and you get caught with it the one time you're experimenting with it, you're going to get a felony on your record in South Dakota.
And that means no college.
You can probably go to college, but you're not going to get to be a doctor or a lawyer very easily. Not ever get to be a doctor. And so, why would we do that? What's wrong with South Dakota? Marty Jackley. You know, we're a net. The brain drain in South Dakota is real right now. When kids graduate from college, they're leaving almost as fast as they can, unless their last name is Rounds. There's lots of opportunity here if your last name is Rounds.
Oh, absolutely. It's a very unfortunate thing.
I've been a lifelong Republican. He is not a Republican. He does not practice or believe in anything that Republicans stand for. It saddens me.
So I'll ask you this. In the Senate race, who are you voting for this year personally?
It will not do them any good for me to come out in favor of them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to vote for Mike Rounds because he is not a Republican, and I can't imagine what he would do to our country if he was elected. The reason my wife ran against him because it is the most terrifying thing we can imagine for him to do to our country what he has done to our state. We cannot survive 6 years of U.S. Senator Mike Rounds. The looting that he did to our state in the 8 years that he was governor, can you imagine what he'll do to our country in 6 years as a senator?
Makes the things Obama's pulled look kind of petty when you go on a per capita scale of how many people he rocked here in the bad way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is Chad Haber running for Attorney General on the Libertarian ticket.
Stop the evil political machine.
This is Ryan with South Dakotans Against Prohibition signing out.
Too far?